Ready? Welcome to Ugh Kpop. Oh god, this is so dumb. Okay, so
we don't know what we're doing.
Clearly, and this is gonna be a mess, and it's gonna be okay because editing's a thing, and maybe that'll help.
I'm Lori.
I'm Josie.
And we're gonna make this channel just for fun.
Because why not?
Yeah. And
Honestly.
I think mostly we're gonna cover like K-pop opinions, K-pop discussions, and all of that fun stuff. Maybe have a reaction video, maybe a hot debate, some hot takes.
There's gonna be some hot takes.
Oh.
That's inevitable.
Yeah,
But,
yeah, we have opinions.
We have things to say.
Very unpopular opinions. So, but we also just both love K-pop, and we're here to have a good time with it.
Yeah.
So, to start, why don't we talk about how we both got into K-pop, because our stories are very different.
They are very different, and that's interesting.
Yeah.
You should go first, because you were the first one
Yeah.
in this black hole of
K-pop.
K-pop.
Yeah. So my freshman year of college, one of my friends was like showing me like, oh, you should come watch some K-pop with me, and I was like, ew, that's Korean One Direction, because I was very much into like rock music and not boy bands.
I'll be the advocate for One Direction. I was a fan.
Okay.
Anyway, continue.
So I was like, all right, I'll watch one with you. And so she turned on. This was like end of 2014, early 2015, somewhere around there. She turned on BTS's Boy in Love, and the second they turned around, I cried a little bit.
Oh.
I shed a tear.
I haven't heard this story, so I did not know that.
I actually was like,
why?
I was surprised. They were so good. Yeah, so they just turned around and I saw Jungkook like kind of walk towards me, and I was like, I shed a tear. And then we spent, I think, like 5 hours just watching K-pop videos. We watched BTS, we watched EXO, we watched SHINee. We just had a good old time. And we didn't just watch music videos. We watched dance practices. We watched like special radio performances, and I was just hooked. So then I went and I made a playlist on Spotify, and I couldn't stop watching. I showed my roommates. I was like, you guys have to see this, and they're probably like, wow, Lori, you need to shut up.
They still are like that. Most people are like that. I was like that. Anyway, continue.
Yeah. So then I just fell in love with K-pop, and then I was interested in Korean culture because my dad was stationed in the military over there. So then I ended up studying abroad in Korea for a summer in 2016, and it's really cool. And the whole culture over there surrounding K-pop is very different than it is in America, so that was really cool to see. I went to SM Town. I actually went to MBC Studios with we had like little field trips and stuff. We flash mobbed Twice's Cheer Up in Dongdaemun. So yeah, that was a good time. And then I transferred schools where I met her.
Yeah.
And then I tried to be like kind of chill with my love for K-pop. And then eventually that chill lost, it was just gone. And so then I got her into it. Well, I tried.
After
for
like
years.
2 years, anyway.
For years.
We'll get into that later.
We lived together for 2 years, and she was just kind of meh about it. Like, I don't think you disliked it.
I did not dislike it, but it was a busy time. I was in college. I was learning.
Yeah.
Trying to focus on my studies, being a good child.
Yeah. I didn't care.
And yeah, and for me, I've figured out over the course of my life is sometimes things just click, and then I fall deep head over heels into it. So it just took me 2 years for it to click and for me to get it.
I was very happy when you did.
Yeah, and it didn't even start with K-pop. It started with like K-dramas. That's how I got hooked, because I love a good drama and overdramatic everything.
그 여자가 누굴 닮았나 했더니 무식한 건 지 엄마하고 딸하고 아주 똑같네 그냥.
뭐냐?
I listened to like the soundtracks of those, and then I got into bands. That's where my love started, was K-bands. And yeah,
And then I sent you the Everglow dance practice.
oh yeah, and then I was hooked. Okay, so the cover of River that they did, yeah, that sent me over the edge. That
I was like, well, how did they not break their hips?
and yep, that was what you
Yeah.
said, and I was hooked. I watched that like 20 times that day. That was the first group that I like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like I was trying to say stand, but I don't think that's a word.
It can be.
I stand them. Yeah. So then, but I didn't actually start with them like learning them. The first band I learned or group I learned was BTS.
Yeah.
And that, well, that came after you started teaching me how to speak Korean a little
Yeah,
bit.
just a little bit. I'm not good at Korean, but like I speak it a little bit.
Yeah, so she started teaching, like, okay, so this is how it works with Lori. Just one day she's like, I'm gonna teach you how to speak Korean. We're gonna learn the alphabet now. We're gonna learn Hangul. So we learned that. And then she's like, okay, now you're gonna learn a group. And I'm like, okay. So then she started playing music videos and she was like, who's that? And I'm like, well, actually no, she made a detailed list.
Yeah, I was like, okay, these are the roles. These are like some defining traits of the members.
Yeah. Okay, so she's like, RM, he's the leader, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I don't know anything about K-pop, so I was like, okay, leader, cool. I guess he leads things. And then you were like, main rapper, main dancer, main everything. And I'm like, okay, cool.
Well, that's how
nice.
I learned too. That's how my friend taught me.
Yes, but then you started playing videos and be like, who's that? He's the main dancer, who's that?
Well, that's how she did it for me. So that's how I learned how to teach other people.
My brain doesn't work that fast.
Oh, I'm
man.
sorry.
Okay. But yeah, so that was a time. And then my like, because I like games and like quizzing myself, so I just went off on my own and started quizzing myself, watching videos and learning members. And yeah, then it just devolved into whatever I am now.
Yeah. Oh, she's a full blown. She keeps me up to date with like the newer K-pop.
Yeah, she's
lingo,
an old
like
K-pop
what
lady.
all the cool kids are talking about now. So I was joking with her the other day, like I'm still stuck in the era of Jimin, you got no jams. Like that's where
She
I am.
is. She
still.
really is.
So now
I'm trying to help. It's hard.
Now I'm finally onto the I Purple You thing, and now I get
Wow,
that.
okay, that's still
Yeah.
old.
It's still
Anyway.
old. See, I got behind, but I'm still very much an ARMY. So now that you kind of know where we are,
rough-
like our stories,
a rough
a little
idea.
bit, very rough. Now we're gonna kind of give you guys a taste of our K-pop taste. So for me, I definitely I kind of came in towards the end of second gen K-pop, so I also really got into a lot of those groups as well. So I really like 4 Minute and Girls' Day, 2NE1, Big Bang, Shiny. I like all of those groups as well, and you don't really.
I don't listen to them really at all.
Yeah.
I appreciate them and what they did for K-pop, but I don't listen to them at all.
Yeah. But you do listen to more K-bands. I listen to them too,
Yeah.
but you actually
Yes.
follow them.
I do. So N Flying, yes, that's my favorite. It was an appreciation.
Okay.
Move. I don't know. N Flying, The Rose, Justice for the Rose.
Yeah.
And
FT Island.
FT Island. Not so much CN Blue. You're more of a CN Blue
I like
person.
CN Blue a lot.
Yeah.
I actually saw Minhyuk while I was in Seoul. Just got out of his car and I was like, oh, yeah, he's nice looking in real life too.
That's good. Okay.
3, 2, 1.